Assess your surroundings immediately after the time machine crash. You have only minutes before local predators investigate the disturbance. Check yourself for injuries and take inventory of what survived the crash. Your modern tools will be crucial for survival in this hostile era. You must move away from the crash site within 15 minutes. The smoke and debris will attract curious dinosaurs from miles around. Locate high ground within 100 meters of your position. You need a vantage point to survey the Cretaceous landscape and spot potential threats. Look for 3 key survival elements: water source, defensible shelter location, and escape routes. You'll need all 3 within the first hour. Your modern clothing will help protect against the higher oxygen content and intense UV radiation of the Cretaceous atmosphere. Use your machete to cut sturdy branches from the primitive conifers around you. You'll need these for both shelter and self-defense. Avoid the flowering plants emerging in this era. Many are evolving new toxins and could be deadly if consumed. Search for cycads and ferns. These ancient plants are more likely to be safe for emergency food if properly prepared. You must construct an elevated shelter within 3 hours. The ground is dangerous at night due to hunting theropods. Weave your paracord between branches to create a secure platform at least 15 feet above ground level. Test every branch carefully before putting weight on it. The wood of Cretaceous trees may not be as strong as modern varieties. Use your fire starter sparingly. You'll need it for warmth and to ward off predators. The higher oxygen levels make fires spread rapidly. Collect tinder and kindling while it's still daylight. The primitive plant matter burns differently than modern wood. Your whistle will be crucial for scaring away smaller predators. The unfamiliar sound will startle most Cretaceous creatures. Stay alert for signs of large theropods. Deep footprints, broken vegetation, or scattered prey remains indicate danger zones. Learn to distinguish between herbivore and carnivore tracks. You'll need to follow herbivores to find safe water sources. Keep your blanket dry at all costs. The Cretaceous nights can be surprisingly cold, especially during the early period. Avoid open areas during the day. The lack of large flowering trees means little shade from the intense prehistoric sun. Listen for the sounds of moving water. Streams are your best chance for finding both drinkable water and edible vegetation. You must master fire starting within 24 hours. The night brings active predators, and fire is your strongest defense. Practice using your machete as both tool and weapon. The blade length is crucial for keeping smaller predators at a safe distance. Create a daily routine of checking and maintaining your shelter. Even small damages could prove fatal during a dinosaur encounter. Remember that no modern survival rules fully apply here. You must adapt your knowledge to this alien prehistoric environment. Your best chance of survival lies in remaining unnoticed. The Cretaceous period's apex predators are far beyond human capability to fight. Document what works and what doesn't. If rescue comes, your knowledge could save others in similar prehistoric survival situations. Never assume familiar-looking plants are safe. The flowering plants are actively evolving new chemical defenses. Keep track of time using shadow positions. Maintaining a schedule is crucial for both physical and mental survival. You must ration your modern tools carefully. Once they're gone, you'll be forced to rely on Stone Age technology. Practice primitive toolmaking while your modern tools are still usable. You'll need these skills if your stay becomes extended. You must immediately assess your time machine wreckage for salvageable materials and tools within 10 minutes of landing. Scan your surroundings for any large predatory dinosaurs before leaving the crash site. Your life depends on staying undetected. Move at least 500 meters from the smoking wreckage to avoid attracting carnivorous creatures drawn to the unusual scent. Your first shelter priority is finding high ground with good visibility. Avoid low-lying areas where large dinosaurs frequently travel. Look for natural cave formations and rocky outcrops. You need elevation and solid walls to protect against the massive creatures. Test any potential cave shelter by throwing rocks inside first. Many prehistoric caves house dangerous animals that must be avoided. You must gather thick branches and large leaves from the newly evolved flowering plants to create a natural barrier at the cave entrance. Within the first hour, use your paracord to lash together a sturdy frame that can block the cave mouth but allow quick escape if needed. Your fire starter is crucial. Create 3 separate fire locations in the cave. One for warmth, one for cooking, one for signaling. Gather dry plant material immediately. The Cretaceous has high humidity, and finding dry tinder will become harder as time passes. You should create a water collection system using large leaves in your blanket to catch morning dew. Fresh water is essential. Test any water sources carefully. The prehistoric bacteria in streams and pools could be deadly to your modern immune system. Your machete will be vital for harvesting edible plants. Focus on newly evolved flowering plants as they're closer to modern species. Create multiple escape routes from your shelter. The Cretaceous period predators are faster and larger than anything you've encountered. You must establish a daily routine within 24 hours. Regular patrols, water collection, and food gathering will maintain your sanity. Use your whistle only in absolute emergencies. The unusual sound will attract curious dinosaurs from kilometers away. Your survival depends on learning prehistoric weather patterns. Watch cloud formations and animal behavior to predict dangerous storms. Treat any cuts or scrapes immediately with fire-sterilized tools. Prehistoric bacteria could cause deadly infections within hours. Keep your fire burning constantly. The smoke helps repel insects the size of your fist, and many predators still fear flames. You should create elevated food storage at least 4 meters high. Even smaller dinosaurs can easily reach ground-level supplies. Document everything you observe. Understanding dinosaur behaviors in safe plants could mean the difference between life and death. Practice making backup tools immediately. Your modern equipment will eventually fail, and you'll need primitive replacements. Your mental health is as crucial as physical survival. Maintain hope by focusing on small daily achievements and improvements. Set up distinct areas in your shelter for sleeping, food preparation, and tool making. Organization helps maintain psychological stability. You must master the art of moving silently. Practice walking without making sound. Your life may depend on staying undetected. Create emergency supply caches at least 1 kilometer from your main shelter in different directions. Never risk having only one backup. Your long-term survival requires learning which dinosaur calls indicate danger and which suggest the area is safe. Remember that even herbivorous dinosaurs are extremely dangerous. A startled plant eater can kill you as easily as a predator. Stay vigilant during dawn and dusk hours. Many Cretaceous predators are most active during these transition periods. You should establish a daily meditation practice. Maintaining mental clarity is essential for making life-saving decisions. Never assume any prehistoric creature will behave like modern animals. Their behaviors are alien and unpredictable. Your fire starter must be protected at all costs. Create multiple backup methods for making flame before your modern tools fail. Keep detailed maps of safe zones and danger areas. The prehistoric landscape will seem alien until you learn its patterns. You must accept that rescue could take days or weeks. Focus on establishing sustainable systems rather than temporary solutions. Practice emergency response drills daily. Your reactions must become automatic when faced with sudden dinosaur encounters. Your survival depends on balancing the need to explore for resources with the safety of your established shelter. Learn to distinguish between different dinosaur footprints. This knowledge will help you avoid areas frequented by dangerous species. You should never travel more than 4 hours from your base camp until you've fully mapped and understood the surrounding territory. Establish your cave shelter's main living area at least 20 feet from the entrance for temperature stability. You must create distinct zones in your cave: sleeping, food storage, and waste disposal areas to maintain hygiene. Search the cave walls for seeping water sources. These can provide a steady supply of clean drinking water. Your fire pit needs a smoke hole. Locate natural cave vents or carefully create a draft channel upward. Gather dry plant material and create sleeping mats at least 4 inches thick to insulate you from the cold ground. You'll need to fashion basic tools. Sharp rocks can become cutting implements when wrapped with paracord for handles. Monitor your heart rate every hour. If it exceeds 100 beats per minute at rest, you're likely dehydrated. Your machete can be used to strip bark from trees. The inner cambium layer is edible and rich in nutrients. Create a calendar system by marking the cave wall. Maintaining time awareness is crucial for psychological stability. You must ration your fire starter carefully. Create a backup method using friction within your first 24 hours. Search for dinosaur nesting grounds. Eggs provide excellent nutrition if you can safely access them. Your whistle should be used in patterns of 3 blasts. This universal distress signal might reach other time travelers. Collect small, sharp rocks and attach them to wooden shafts with paracord to create hunting spears. You need to stay active but conserve energy. Exercise in your cave for 20 minutes every 4 hours to maintain strength. Test new plants by rubbing them on your skin first. Wait 24 hours before consuming any unfamiliar vegetation. Your blanket can be used as a water collector. Create a funnel system to catch morning dew and rain. Fashion primitive containers from large leaves or bark. You'll need these for water and food storage. Keep your fire burning constantly. The smoke will help preserve any meat you manage to acquire. Your survival depends on maintaining cleanliness. Create a designated washing area away from your sleeping space. Document everything you eat. If something makes you sick, you need to know exactly what caused it. Learn to read weather patterns. Cloud formations in this period are similar to modern ones for predicting storms. You must create backup tools immediately. If your machete breaks, you'll need alternatives ready. Store extra firewood inside your cave. Keeping it dry is crucial for maintaining your heat source. Your mental health is as important as physical. Maintain a routine and set daily goals for yourself. Practice making cordage from plant fibers. When your paracord runs out, you'll need alternatives. Remember that most modern survival skills still apply. The laws of physics haven't changed in 145 million years. Your cave entrance should be partially blocked at night. Use gathered vegetation to create a wind barrier. Avoid large carnivorous dinosaurs by staying aware of your surroundings. Learn their hunting patterns. Create signal markers near your cave. Future rescue teams might be searching in the correct time period. Your long-term survival depends on establishing a sustainable food source within the first week. Keep your tools sharp and clean. Bacteria existed in the Cretaceous period, and infections can be fatal. You must learn to identify edible plants quickly. Focus on ferns and early flowering plants for food sources. Create a sundial outside your cave. Maintaining a regular schedule will help prevent psychological deterioration. Your fire should be maintained in shifts if you find other survivors. Never let it go out completely. Remember that even small cuts can become lethal. Use smoke from your fire to sterilize all wounds. Observe your chronometer's display becoming increasingly erratic. The quantum stabilizer's failing after months of use. Your makeshift shelter feels less secure now, as equipment failures mount and supplies dwindle to concerning levels. You must carefully ration your remaining fusion cell power, knowing each activation draws from a finite reserve. Watch helplessly as your temporal beacon signal grows weaker, its connection to the future timeline fading day by day. The ancient megafauna seem less threatening now, as you've learned their patterns and earned a strange coexistence. Your knowledge of edible prehistoric plants has expanded, but gathering them requires more energy than you can spare. Conserve your remaining strength by limiting physical activity to essential survival tasks only. Notice how your modern tools show signs of irreparable wear, forcing you to rely more on primitive alternatives. You've mastered fire starting with local materials, a skill that will serve until your last synthetic flame dies. Your emergency blanket, now patched countless times, offers diminishing protection against the prehistoric nights. Document your experiences in a bark journal, leaving knowledge for future explorers who might share your fate. Accept that your emergency beacon's power source is depleted, severing your last technological link to rescue. You must acknowledge that the temporal window for rescue has likely closed permanently. Watch the strange constellations wheel overhead, knowing they're slightly different in this ancient sky. Your survival skills have evolved beyond modern training, adapted to this prehistoric environment. Recognize that your integration into this ancient ecosystem is now complete and irreversible. Find peace in knowing you've witnessed events no other human has seen in millions of years. Your machete's edge has dulled beyond repair, symbolic of your transition from modern to primitive existence. Listen to the night sounds of creatures long extinct, their calls now as familiar as your own heartbeat. You should preserve your remaining modern items, knowing they'll be your last connection to your own time. Feel the ancient earth beneath you, accepting its embrace as your final resting place. Your paracord, frayed and weakened, represents the thinning threads connecting you to the future. Watch the primitive flowering plants sway in the breeze, their evolution just beginning as yours ends. Your whistle hangs silent now, its emergency signal unnecessary in a world where no rescue can come. Accept the profound solitude of being the only human to ever walk this ancient landscape. You must find solace in becoming part of the prehistoric cycle of life, neither fighting nor fearing it. Observe how your modern clothing has been replaced by primitive materials, marking your transformation. Your fire starter sparks one last time, a fitting farewell to the technology that kept you alive. Feel the weight of millions of years pressing around you as you become one with prehistoric time. Watch your final sunset through the lens of acceptance, knowing you've lived what others only dreamed. Your journey ends where Earth's flowering plants began, a poetic convergence of endings and beginnings. Rest beneath the ancient stars, your story becoming one with the fossil record of time itself. Let the prehistoric winds carry your last thoughts into the eternal cycle of Earth's deep history. Your presence here will leave no trace, yet you've witnessed the dawn of Earth's modern ecosystems. Find peace in knowing that somewhere, Millions of years ahead, your story might still be told. Watch as the boundaries between you and this ancient world finally dissolve into timeless unity. Your last conscious thoughts merge with the prehistoric Earth, completing your journey through deep time